We're excited to have this conversation. If you would, real quick, been on before, but just if just a quick intro, name, who you're with, and what you do.
Yep. Honored to be your first interview, Intergeo 2025. So thanks for having me. My name is Chris Trevelyan, and I'm with Trimble, and I am Director of Product Go-to-Market for our Geospatial division. Yep. So excited to be here at Intergeo. It's always a favorite, and yeah, so many good people to network with, and so many exciting things to see. And yeah, just glad to be back and talking with you guys. I think last time was Dimensions last year, so almost a year now.
Yeah. So this is your number 2 favorite conference?
Yeah.
Right
after Dimensions?
Yeah. Number 3, because we held Dimensions down in Australia. So Dimensions 1, Dimensions 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe next year we can invite to Australia.
Maybe.
If we play our cards.
Maybe if you treat Peter right, she will be hospitable to us.
We got a place to stay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Intergeo, just the embrace of the geospatial community. I think it's so strong here that it just resonates, and you feel it so much. The pride they have within this industry. So it's special to be here. I get to talk to people like you. And
So go to market. What's going to market? What's exciting?
Going to market. Where do I start? So I think a lot of people come here for the hardware elements of Intergeo, and we're putting our entire new controller portfolio. So this year we have the release of the TSC 510, which is our new 5-inch controller. It's an updated processor and so forth on an Android operating system. The TSC 710, which is a TSC 7 replacement, that is also like much smaller, more compact, all-day battery life form factor, runs on Android. Really nice platform. We have the T110 tablet, so we have whole new lineup of controllers. The key behind them is really connectivity. So getting data to and from the office via the cloud, so that you have a near real-time seamless connection to your data in the field or in the office. So,
and is that Trimble Connect?
That is Trimble Connect, utilizing Trimble Connect backbone. So it depends on how you experience it. So like when you're in Trimble Access, for example, you're accessing your Trimble Connect projects, but it's through the Trimble Access interface. When you're in TBC, you're uploading your coordinate system library, your feature library, everything like that through the Trimble Connect workspace, and it all just kind of flows seamlessly between the cloud from the native experience of whether you're the author in the office software or whether you're the field surveyor in the field. It's just one seamless connection, so the data is there and viewable and traceable at all times.
So when you say at all times, are you getting done with the day and uploading, or can you even get to real time where I can see what the guy's doing out in the field?
You can set the intervals, so it's not real time where it's like continuously uploading, but you can set the interval to a minute if you want, and then it'll resync your information up to that cadence. So I typically prefer maybe a little bit longer cycle, like 5 minutes.
You may not get that all-day battery on 1 minute sync.
It's actually not that. It's not that different.
Okay.
You're still on the internet regardless.
Right.
Typically from the data collector. So that's I would say the big hardware announcement, but it ties right into this theme that we're talking about with Trimble Connect. Last time I talked to you, gentlemen, it was Dimensions, and we had just released a reality capture platform.
Right. Yeah.
So this year we're really leaned into a lot of development on that platform, and so we've released just recently, within the last couple of weeks, some pretty big enhancements to that platform, which is classification on ingestion. So you push data up into the cloud, and it does auto classification on ingestion. So as it's pulling the point cloud down, it's extracting your features, it's extracting your ground layers, your building layers, all that stuff. We also just released the scan to BIM functionality. So you can actually, utilizing the BIM files, and you upload your scan data from reality capture. Now you can do heat mapping, scan to BIM comparisons. We also just released alignment navigation. So if you have like mobile mapping data or something like that, you can bring in a land XML, you can bring in any type of really alignment based, you could just be aligned and do trajectory navigation or alignment navigation along corridors. So then you can do analysis, right? Like clearances and object detection like that. So it's a lot of enhancements going into that part of the cloud platform. And it just kind of, it just feeds on this collaborative environment and real-time access to information and quicker decision-making, all the things that are trying to drive projects forward these days.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you how users are benefiting from this, but you just answered that question
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
So what's the differentiator? Like what's separating you guys from some of the others?
I would say the comprehensiveness of, the BIM environment. So the native BIM environment, bringing in geospatial data into that space, on, your reference geospatial coordinate system. So you're setting the project coordinate system in the cloud, bringing the BIM in, having the point clouds just drop natively right onto it without any adjustment. It's all defined
Wow.
by the person in the office who's rigorously locking down that coordinate system. So it's just really from a geospatial centric point of view, tying everything together,
Yep.
Including the field data. So
And you're still data agnostic, right?
correct. Yep. E57. If you want to drop in 57, you can do that and have station views and things like that as well. So it's not just our data.
Mentioned something too on the new data collectors. You said replacements.
Yeah.
So I need to go out and get all new data collectors. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if yours are broken, I would suggest it. I mean, the biggest thing for us is like the TSC 710 really extends the operable field time. I mean, the life of that controller in the field. So a lot of feedback that we got was people love the 7-inch screen of the TSC 7.
Yep.
But the Windows platform itself was kind of a power hog, I'll call it.
Yeah.
So we've gone to Android because Android is fit for purpose. It's built for field applications and mobile devices. And the processor and just it's much cleaner and smaller, lighter, and an all-day battery life. But you get the same functionality you would. It still has our like scan data engine in the background. So if you're using like an SX12 and you're scanning something out in the field,
right,
you still have that beautiful visualization that you would expect from the TSC 7, just in a better form factor. So that's our new controller. The T110, the new tablet, it bridges the gap between our old tablet portfolio. We had the T10X, which was really powerful and helped to infield analysis with scan data from like the X9 product platform. So you could do like infield registration and floor flatness analysis and things like that in the field. But then we had the T100, which was more for the robotic total station. It had the Empower Bay. We brought both of those together, so you have kind of the best of both worlds: the strong, hungry processor, and then you have the ability to connect to an external total station if you want. That's
so. What role is AI playing? Whether it be on the workflow side or the software side, I'm sure there's a component there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're using AI, machine learning, however you want to call it, on that data ingestion piece when we're doing the auto classification routines. I mean, we're using years of our AI training, machine learning training to do that classification on ingestion, right? And it only improves as the years go through, and we're getting better and better. We're actually allowing people to highlight items of their own and do kind of like run an analysis based on just a user-defined region or a user-defined asset, if you will, and it'll go through and extract like whatever it is you define, whether that's like a fire hydrant in your local municipality. It looks a little different than elsewhere. You can extract those specific ones.
Yeah, awesome.
You mentioned something interesting. You said that the customer feedback you got enabled you to kind of move into how long does it take to go from customer feedback to new feature and go to market? I mean,
well, it depends. Software's
and I'm sure this is always evolving thing, right?
Yeah, software is a quicker churn. Like we can spin out new feature updates, and sometimes I even get surprised. When the guys from the Perspective, which is our mobile scanning software, they're telling me that we're going to be uploading directly to Reality Capture Platform Service in the next couple of weeks. So,
wow.
That's been a feature. And instead of going into RealWorks or instead of going somewhere else, you can just rate from the software. So we constantly evolving, and people are requesting things like the linear navigation feature in Connect. That's been on the list, and since we released Reality Capture Platform Service, and we're dropping it in. So the hardware cycle obviously takes a little bit longer, but I think the controllers are a good example of the TSC 7 is how old is that? Maybe 5 years. But this is the new, we've basically taken the learnings from the TSC 5, which was released between the 7 and incorporated, basically mashed those two together with a nice
Right.
big screen, because we had people saying the benefits of one and the benefits of the other, and we just kind of combined those and best of both worlds.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It seems like there hasn't been a substantial like upgrade in the collectors in quite some time, like you were just saying,
Yeah.
So what do you think was driving that? It was just time, or
Yeah, I think I don't know, the phones in your pocket, right? What drives the replacement cycle of the phones in your pocket is the processors, right? The data that we're putting into our fieldwork, or bringing out of our fieldwork, maybe I should say, is requiring a little bit more on the edge processing. So we're just increasing that ability to do the edge processing with the latest Qualcomm chipsets or Intel processors, depending on which platform you're. Yeah, and yeah.
What about so like folks that visit your guys' booth, which is always amazing.
I don't even call it a booth. I call it a complex.
Complex.
Yes.
There you go.
It's a compound.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the team that put the booth together, and Sophie, especially for leading a charge on that one. It's a beautiful space. So
awesome, for sure.
Yeah, if you're here in Frankfurt this week, definitely come check it out.
Yeah. So what, like when folks stop by and they're talking to people, that type of thing, like what's one thing you hope that they walk away with, like as far as like their impression about, Trimble's, that type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, trust really is what comes down to me. I was a land surveyor using Trimble products before joining Trimble. But I really think for me, it comes down to the motto confidence at every turn. But I think underpinning all that is the level of trust, right? We put a lot of time and effort to make sure the integrity of our solutions and the integrity of the data that comes out of our solutions is there and can be trusted to the utmost quality. So I think to me, that's the key. That's the cornerstone of why we're here.
I love that. And we both work for companies that are Trimble shops.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we'd love to hear that as well.
Yeah, great.
Anything else?
What do you see going forward?
Where's
So
this
you
all
just-
taking
yeah,
us,
I mean,
right?
you're the go-to-market guy, so you're always working on the next one. I know you can't tell us because it's in the secret lab, but is it going to be are you pushing more hardware advancements, or is there just a new line, or where do you go from here? 'Cause you just improved the data collectors. Those haven't been,
Well, I think I need to take a snapshot and reframe. Like, it's been a year since we've talked, right? And some of the stuff that we've come out with around about the year time frame is like we've really leaned in heavily towards the reality capture portfolio, right? Whether it was the release of the MX90 or the MX60 last year, which is our new mobile mapping lineup, like that piece of the hardware innovation is like really critical. Like we're seeing more and more large reality capture data sets, bringing that information into a cloud environment that can be very collaborative, running AI processes on that data so that we can simplify the workflow and extract the information from that data faster. And then allowing the authors, the people at let's say the TBC or the RealWorks that really need to dig into the data and do something critical analysis with it, allowing them access to the right portion of that data at the right time, so that we don't have to like transport all this, heavy data around, right? So really leveraging the cloud for what it's meant to, so that we can really get to an end result where it needs to be.
So yeah, you really don't know because you just released new products that bring in much more data than you've done before. So you got to actually see what comes in to figure out what you actually need, right?
Yeah. I mean, since starting to come to Intergeo myself, right? I think the first time I came to Intergeo was probably 2013, maybe.
Okay.
14. Everything was flying then. I was laughing with Gus about that. Like everything was flying then, and we had cages or drones were flying up. But that theme of reality capture is very, very persistent and has stuck with us for the last 10 years more. And I think is only getting more and more important. We're finally starting to see the software unlock the information in the reality capture data. And I think that's like the biggest takeaway for me recently is like, whether it's AI processing or the ability to get to answers faster. Like I'm so excited about what we're able to do with these massive amounts of data to reduce the time on the office and really get to the information we need to make critical decisions.
So it's been 10 years, but we're finally starting to be able to do something. I mean, we not like you couldn't before, but really kind of get our hands around these big data sets.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. And it all goes back to the end user, right? Like
Right,
what they're doing with the data.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing people say is like, I get all this beautiful data and all these beautiful point clouds and I can't do anything with it. Or I'm only using it for this little piece.
Yeah, you're pulling that bit of information right out of it. And the point cloud contextually has so much information in it, but you're really looking for certain things at certain times.
Right.
Right. So getting to that certain thing at the right time, you still want that context of what the scene looked like at the time. So that rich point cloud data is very valuable. But you don't want to have to sift through everything.
Yeah.
So you want these tools to kind of help you do the sifting and drive and pinpoint to the answer so much faster. And that's what we're really focused on. I think you're going to see you do see a lot of innovation in that around the halls here, and especially within the halls of Trimble as well. So
Sure.
yeah, a lot of excitement there.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Anything else, Chris? You want to get out there before we let you go? Really appreciate your time. This has been a great conversation.
Great way
Always.
to kick off the show.
Yeah. Love it.
And
And Kat,
our
thanks for setting this up, man.
our favorite friend of the program,
Yeah,
I must say.
Yeah, exactly.
Still digging the hat from last dimension, so I appreciate it. You can tell I'm a hat guy, so
Yeah, love it.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
enjoy the rest of the time.